Hello and welcome to a book review by Warhammer 40k bookreviews.com. Today I'm taking a look at Betrayer by Aaron Dembski-Bowden. The Butcher's Nails. It's a defining characteristic of the fearsome World Eater Space Marine Legion. A horrific cranial implant that digs into the soft grey tissue of the brain and essentially dulls any sensory input that is not related to combat. Only by fighting and shedding blood is the wearer rewarded by blissful surges of adrenaline and dopamine, briefly letting the warrior feel truly alive and vitalized. The nails is the Legion Primarch Angron's gift to his sons, as he himself was first fitted with an even more brutal version of the nails when he was captured and held as a slave gladiator fighter as a child. In Betrayer, we meet Angron and his world eaters, as the Horus Heresy is well underway. The Wordbearer Legion has destroyed the ultramarine planet Calf, and now a combined fleet of Wordbearers and World Eaters are rampaging through the Ultramarine Empire of the 500 worlds, picking it apart one planet at a time and unleashing the most horrific suffering on the planet's inhabitants. Guiding the murdering fleet is the Wordbearer Primarch Lorgar, who has a greater scheme in mind. Empowered by the Chaos Gods, he now seeks to manipulate the warp and seal off the entire Ultramarine Empire in a gigantic warp storm that will cut off Gulliman and his legion from aiding the Imperium. More than achieving this grand objective, Lorgar is also pursuing a course much closer to himself. His brother Angron is increasingly losing himself to the Butcher's Nails. The nails are digging deeper and deeper into the Primarch's superhuman brain, and despite the incredible resilience of Angron, Lorgar is certain that his brother is slowly dying from the nails' malignant presence. Besides the two Primarchs, Betrayer also spends a lot of time with the World Eater Khan and the Wordbearer Argel Tal, who share an unusual friendship. Khan faces the terrible fate of witnessing the gradual decline of his gene-father Angron. He lives with the shame of knowing that his Primarch is a ruined creature of wasted potential. Argel, on the other hand, is fighting with his own sense of despair and longing, as he tries to come to terms with the horrific truth of the warp, and the Chaos Gods, and his own place as a space marine possessed by a demon of the warp. To sprinkle in a few more relatable characters that can ease a little of the grimdark doom and gloom of these super soldiers and demigods, Aaron Dembski-Bowden throws in a few human officers from the ranks of the World Eaters that bring an altogether much more down-to-earth perspective to events. The characters all work really well in Betrayer, and feel very much distinct and filled with a sense of personality and motive. It's easy to understand the frustration and pain that Argel feels when trying to explain the nature of the warp to his friend. He understands the truth even as he hates it, and what it has made him become, yet he is a loyal son that will not abandon his duty and his Primarch. I'd even go so far as to say that Betrayer probably has one of the best and most engaging character galleries in any Warhammer 40k novel I've read. It really spans the whole spectrum of likable people trying to do the best they can, and all the way over to the most callous and ruthless schemers that think only of themselves and advancing their position, and each and every character feels like more than just a cardboard cutout. The story itself is another strong point in Betrayer. The pacing shifts effortlessly between character building and scenes of intense drama to grand battles as the two traitor legions smash against the forces of Ultramarines in apocalyptic battles that are filled with the clashes of chainswords against chainsword and the deafening boom of titans striding the battlefield. And through it all, you feel the gradual tension slowly rising and rising, as Lorgar inches ever closer to fulfilling his grand plan, which simply oozes wrongness and corruption. I couldn't help but be fascinated by Lorgar's epic visions, while at the same time recognizing his utter madness and complete descent into the realm of chaos. I could go on praising Betrayer for a long time. I could tell you more about how Argel and Karn's brotherhood feels like a fragile source of light in the gathering darkness of the traitor legions, or how Dembski-Bowden somehow manages to make me feel sympathy for the world-slaying monster Angron. But instead of doing that, I will just say that Betrayer is one of the best Warhammer 40k books that I have read, and certainly among the very top of the Horus Heresy series. No matter if you're a fan of the Horus Heresy or Chaos Space Marine books, you owe it to yourself to pick up Betrayer. It's one of those books that make you remember why you love the Warhammer 40k universe, and it really should be part of any Warhammer 40k fan's book collection. I give Betrayer 5 out of 5 chainswords.